As part of this getting together and reconnect with the LDPs, we asked a few questions of the LDPs and set up some creative evaluation walls across these beautiful windows, asking questions like, how well connected do you feel to other LDPs? Can you rate your growth? Are there any smelly fish, or is there anything keeping you awake at night? What do you feel you've had real impact on? What are you in a little building brick wall? And we asked you to think about describing your capacity. And so here's what you said. We asked everyone to comment if they've used any other pilot's work. Did they use it exactly? Did they lose anything of it? Or how did they make it their own? So we've got a few comments here. So learning from South Tees grant process, GM Leisure Trust approach, evaluation sharing the learning approaches. CAS framework has come up a couple of times from Bradford. Exchange, governance, mobilisation we learnt here. And we've asked people to identify these cards again. If we were to revisit this in a few weeks' time, I think there'd be some further additions to this connection line. We wanted everyone to rate or describe their growth doing work in the LDP from minimal to max, absolutely massive. And we've got networks somewhere in the middle there, and LDPs feeling that they're certainly growing and growing and growing and getting pretty massive. We asked people to talk about if they feel more connected to other pilots. Some more than others. Every area had a little special sticker and able to label the strength of their connection to other pilots. I suspect, based on the end of these 24 hours, some people will be able to change. This will look very different in a few weeks' time because lots of commitments to connect further and collaborate further have been made. We asked the LDPs to think about how they would rate or describe their team's current capacity in relation to Commonwealth sport games. So we've got some examples here. Birmingham and Solihull consider themselves as new joiners and going through some heavy weather. Redcar, Cleveland and Middlesbrough consider themselves as being really good at teamwork. Hackney say this is heavy stuff. Southall say, don't know what Southall said there. Great Exeter and Bradford talk about spinning plates. Clodagh talk about constantly poised to go. Southall have got their eyes closed and waiting for a good impact. Badfill are in full flow. Got a bumpy road happening there. Kenny Langsford keep diving in, even if they might miss the line, they might sometimes score. We also asked what's the lasting difference your pilot has made so far. Building our LDP wall. Some lovely examples of networks in Withersall, systems thinking, individuals in their team not wanting to go back to the way they were working before, increasing the value of PA to non-traditional assets, enabling residents' leadership. Part of our wall. I think there's possibly more of these to share. So we asked here, what worries you about the work and keep you awake at night? And in our sea, our shoal of smelly or stinky fish, we've got things like reputation of the pilot, never knowing where the work ends, relationships and procurement, legacy planning, driving real system change, recruitment, demonstrating value. Just some of the examples our LDPs say are possibly keeping them awake at night.